Here's what Germans are like, right? Germans did the Holocaust, and to assuage their own guilt, they now unequivocally support Israel forever. The weirdest fucking thing about it is the way that Germans turn the fact that they perpetrated the Holocaust into an ID poll thing about themselves. If you remember the famous Norman Finkelstein clip where the girl cries about how he's being mean to Israel, that wasn't an Israeli even, that was a German. It was a fucking German. She was like, it's incredibly offensive to me as a German that you compare Israel to the Nazis. Dude, you are the Nazis. What are you talking about? You are the Nazis. It was you. How is it offensive to you? You are not a victim of them. You are them. What the fuck is wrong with Germans? Germans did reverse trauma. They made the Holocaust their own trauma. You did the Holocaust. What the fuck are you talking about? So now they fucking support Israel unequivocally. Israel can do no wrong. We did the Holocaust, so now we have to support Israel to make ourselves feel better about it. We did one genocide, let's support another genocide. That'll surely make it better. Yeah, it's pay it forward genocide. Germans are honestly more extreme Zionists than Israelis are. German police fucking arrest people for flying a Palestinian flag because it's anti-Semitic. I watched a funniest clip of a couple of weeks ago of a Jewish guy, an Orthodox Jewish guy in a German airport, and he called a German cop a Nazi, and the German cop got so fucking offended, seriously really offended. He was really fucking pissed. How dare you call me that? How dare you say that I did this to your people? How do you get indignant about that? You weren't the victim. You were the perpetrator. What the fuck is going on there? Insulting you by making a reference to your country's own factual history where it did an awful fucking thing is not some unspeakable insult. It's the most valid insult imaginable. But yeah, it's reverse victimhood.
Feels like he supports the Holocaust.
Somehow every German is now a victim of the Nazis when most of them were not. I'm gonna get fucking the German net DGZ law or whatever reports in my inbox spam for saying that. Hate speech, they called Germans Nazis. It's just really fascinating how Germans have turned a thing that Germany did to some other Germans, but very few of them relatively, and to basically every other group of people in all of Europe. A thing that they did is somehow their trauma now. Honestly, it's the equivalent of white Americans acting like they're black people. It's no different. It's so stupid. It's so fucking weird. Germany should have been balkanized. And one of the balkanized German states should have been given to the victims of the Holocaust as reparations. Wasn't there a tweet from literally the German foreign ministry or something where they said they were the experts on the Holocaust? Are you ready? This is the epitome of the German reverse victim complex. It's the weirdest flex you will ever see in your life. Sorry, we can't stay silent on this one. It's just far too cynical. What Russia is doing in Ukraine is slaughtering innocent men, women, and children for its own gain. It's definitely not fighting Nazism. Shame on anyone who's following this. Sadly, we're kinda experts on Nazism, says German embassy in South Africa. Sadly, we're kinda experts on Nazism. That's a weird fucking flex. We did the Holocaust, so we should know a thing or two about what the Holocaust is like. The way that the ridiculous fucking German complex where they made Nazism and the Holocaust into as if it's their own trauma, their own oppression, rather than what they did to other people. This is the fucking epitome on that. We're kind of experts on Nazism. We know exactly how to do it. Yeah, the weirdest flex of all time. Man, the Germans are not okay. It's especially weird because the German genocidal colony of German Southwest Africa is partly in South Africa. That's another element to it. My God, what is wrong with Germans, man? We need to do something there. We need to get the phrenologist out there and check them out. Can we get some skull shapes measured, please? I'm sorry, I think this isn't controversial, but I think the best experts on the Holocaust are probably not Nazis. It's probably not you Germans. I think you might want to take a back seat on this one.